You Naruto boy, I'm your uncle. And Naruto say, what uncle? I don't even have a family. How can you be my uncle? So hello, welcome guys to a new what if, that is what if Killer Bee adopted Naruto. So as always, we should jump right into it. For this to happen, they suspect that Killer Bee and Minato will have a greater relation. After having the fight, they become brotherly and make them have a pact that whenever the time came, if they have a war, they both will stop their nation to be friends. That make both Leaf and Cloud Village have very good ties with them. So Minato will be doing his own work and Killer Bee would also do the same in his own Cloud Village in their respected villages. So when Minato became the Hokage, Killer Bee was very excited and go to his eight-tail boost and go directly to Minato and say, "Yo brother, I become the Hokage." Even my brother Raikage A has also become the Raikage, and they both will laugh and have a chit chat. At that moment, Minato will also say that they are having a baby, and then Kilabi will say that nice. When he was born, please call me. I want to spend time as much as possible with him. And they both will laugh and go away. So when there's attack by Mother Uchiha that was being played by Obito, the same thing will happen. Miller tried to protect the village and his family were killed. So both Kushina and Minato were killed to save his son Naruto and seal half of the nine tails on it. Keep a secret. Leave don't disclose that Minato has died for a very long time. But after 2 to 3 months, it was being out and Killer Bee know about it, cried a lot and don't want to go back to the Leaf Village and think maybe the kid that they were planning to do was also dead. So 3 to 4 years pass. They both will have the same relationship with Cloud and Leaf Village. They would have a very soft relationship, no fight, and that make a peaceful in the whole ninja system. But as some of the ninja being passing by, one of the Cloud ninja say, "Where's your Jinchuriki? I think he's dead." Or if there's a problem that you want to recover the nine-tailed fox when it reanimates, we will help you. And then Hiruzen will say, "No problem, you already have one." And that information flew away to Killer Bee. If they already have the injury key and it's not been 2 years for making the new one to reform and make Ninetail to form again, that means Minato has sealed the Ninetail into someone while dying. Else it's not happened because either sealing master or Kushina has done so. Because in my opinion there is no Uzumaki left to control such a huge power of Ninetail Fox. At that time, Killer Bee tell to Raikage, "I'm going to Hidden Leaf." Raikage say, "Why you want? I want to recover my brother son." Raikage say, "What brother son? You are talking about Minato's son? I don't think he's alive." And then Raikage will say, "You shouldn't go there. It's a very risk to go there. It's such a long distance to let a Jinchuriki go." And then Killer Bee will say, "Do you think that anybody can harm me?" And then Raikage say, "Yes, you should go. At least you can have a peaceful heart after that time. If he is alive, then came with him for as long period as you want. I will deal with the Leaf Village." So Raikage go there and directly report to Hiruzen and say, "Why don't you tell me you have the injuries left?" And say, "Yeah, we have. We have told to one of your Cloud Ninja, that's why you know what." "Yes, I know, but I want to listen from you, not from some other Cloud Ninja." At that time, Hiruzen say, "I want to keep it a secret, but the poor Danzo has leaked the information and make Naruto's life to be miserable." And say, "What, Naruto? Who is it?" And then Hiruzen say, "It's your brother's son only. We have not tell him that his father was Minato, so that there is no attack over him. But after revealing his Ninetale status, everybody hates him and he's having a very miserable life and I can't do much." And then Killer Bee will say, "Why do you let him and not know me? I'm one of the only family member left." He will say, "You are not actually his family. I don't understand why I'm not. You are not bloody related." And then Killer will say, "He is even greater than my blood brother. Even he is not my brother by blood. We share a bond that is even greater than brotherhood. I should at least know about it." And then he will say, "I understand now." And then inform Killer Bee about the Naruto home that he is living it at that point of time. When Killer Bee reached Naruto home, he realizes that he is not there, but seeing the miserable home and what he is eating, he feels terrible that he was not able to reach him earlier and provide a good life to him. So he roamed around the village and struck by a yellow-headed child that looked like Minato in some way and say, "Oh, you boy, who are you?" Then Naruto say, "I am Naruto Uzumaki of Hidden Leaf Village. I think you are not from my village. Where are you from you?" And then Killer we know about that he's Naruto. He instead of telling him who he is, he directly grab him and hug him. Naruto feel uncomfortable. But when he feel his hug, he realizes that's not coming from a stranger, anybody, and say, "It's a very nice gesture of you, but I want to know who you are." At that time, Killer will say, "It's not the right place to tell. It may lead you to a big trouble. So we should go to your home." And Naruto will agree for it. So when they go home, Killer will tell all the situation that your father is the fourth Hokage. Naruto was self-stuck. What? My father is the fourth Hokage? I don't understand. Then he put his picture and say how much you resemble from him. And the nine tail was being sealed that is inside. What? Nine tail? I don't understand what this nine tail bullshit is. And then Killer Bee make Naruto understand about the Jinchuriki culture and say the last Jinchuriki of Nine Tails was your mother and he or your father may have sealed it. And when you see 8 diagrams, see, oh, your father sealed it inside you. And then Naruto will cry, "So you are the last surviving member of my family." And say, "Yeah. So now what?" Then Killer will say, "I'm now here to take you and provide you the life that you should always get. So come with me to Hiruzen." And he directly contact Killer Bee with his telepathy power that he get from Raikage to send the message. And then when they reach Hiruzen, he will say, "I want to take Naruto with me to the Cloud Village, the place he resembles, the place where he belongs." Hiruzen will say, "We can't let our most pretended weapon to go." Naruto say, "That's I am a weapon." Then he will say, "No, you're my child. You're like my child only." Then say, "Why you are calling me a weapon?" Then he doesn't understand his feeling and say, "You can go, but we can't let a leaf ninja go for a very long time. It may destroy our balance in the whole ninja system and make hidden leaf to be weak." At that time, Raikage call Hiruzen with his message and say, "I will keep an eye and we are providing you with many Jonins to strengthen the relationship between the Cloud and Hidden Leaf Village. So for 3 years we are taking Naruto." And then okay. So when both Naruto and Killer Bee reached the Cloud Village, they were hugely celebrated and were meet with A. And then A said, "I'm not technically your brother, not even Killer Bee is your father brother, but we will take utmost respect over you." So seeing it short out, "How old are you?" Then Naruto said, "I'm 7 years old. So instead of going to the academy, I will be making you go to our Cloud Academy for now. But to maintain your good health and to become a strong ninja, fight with your father killer. We will training you to use your nine-tailed fox that is inside you. With help of Killer Bee, I am assigning B you to be Naruto teacher to make him as strong as possible and make Naruto to be a force to reckon with." So then Killer will say, "Even if you don't tell me, I will be doing the same." And then say to Naruto, "So let's go to training first." But then Raikage, "Stop, you have done a very long travel. You are very strong, but Naruto isn't. I think so you should take a break and eat something first." Then Naruto stomach will hurt and say, "Yeah, I also need that first." And they all will laugh and go to have a meal. But Naruto was surprised there's no ramen. And then Raikage will say, "We have a ramen shop, it's not well known." Then Naruto will teach the ramen how to make the Ichiraku ramen style. But he was not even close to it. But Naruto will enjoy and say, "The day I reach Relief Village, again I will eat Ichiraku ramen 7 to 8 bowl as much as I want." So they have a meal and go to have some travel around the Cloud Village to see what it is. And Killer Bee shown out of Cloud Academy and Naruto say, so I will be going here. But before that, we should train first. At that time, Killer Bee will say, I think I should loosen your seal first. What the seal? Then he raises stomach. This is the seal that locked the nine tail. And then Naruto say, do as you want. I trust you. And then he loosens the seal that make Naruto to have the cut marks and red eyes to come. But seeing that, Killer Bee try to control it and make it tighter. I think I have to train you first before doing that. So they both go for intense training. So Naruto go to academy in the morning, then eat some food and have a training with Killer Bee. Full intense training. So after 7 to 8 months, he was very good in taijutsu, and Killer Bee also make him use some airstyle jutsu that he knows and say, I will now try to unlock some part of a seal. At that time when he does so, Naruto has little to the effect because Naruto chakra control has become immense and he was able to do so. But when he do even more extent, it start to come. So he will say, now you should be going for the final training that will be going for 2 years. You should now leave the academy. I will telling A to have this contract for a very long time to make you the perfect Jinchuriki that I always want you to be like me. And then Naruto will cheer and say, so where we are going? So Killer Bee will say, we will be going to Turtle Island there for 2 years straight. Then say, yeah, that's a very good idea. But Killer Bee won't. It's not a very happening place. They're mostly wild animals, very big and small there. Be careful of them. And we are taking 6 to 7 months supply there. After 7 months, we will be going back, and at there only we will be having the training. So they go there and have a training. So when they reach, they were very excited, come back to the Cloud Village, and Naruto was very happy and meet some of his friends because when he is in academy, he make many friends because no one was worried of him being the fox. So Naruto have a chit chat moment with him. But then he would be called by A and say, I'm giving you a Chunin rank because you totally deserve it because you have mastered something that nobody has ever done at such a small age. But you will now be going back to your village, that is Hidden Leaf Village. You will be directly promoting to a Genin rank, but you will always be a Chunin of Hidden Leaf, Hidden Cloud Village. So Naruto will cry a lot leaving them, but he will realize that this is what it meant to be. So Naruto will say, I will be going back. Raka will stop him and say, I can't leave you alone. Take the supply and make Naruto to go with some memento pieces to go back to Hidden Leaf Village. So here we leave for now. If you hit 15 likes, I will post the next part of it. And as always, goodbye.